So I'm gonna tell you guys, I would love to show you guys a picture, but this is probably one of the baddest chicks I've ever got at, right? After I left the gym, and I was already on it, right? I approached this chick at the gym and her boyfriend was standing right there. I didn't know. So I just asked her, like, hey, okay, well, where are your homegirls at? And so he was like, well, if you want to know her friends, you need to speak to me first. Of course, I didn't speak to him because I forgot, because I don't have time for that. I'll just keep walking around and keep approaching. I listened to you guys' advice where you guys said, oh, somebody said don't just walk up on them and ask them what's their name and get at them. Ask them a question to break the ice first. I tried that. I was looking for the restaurants legitimately. I didn't know where they were at. And I asked this one chick, oh, you know where the restaurant's at? She's like, oh, they're on the 4th floor. And then I followed back, well, okay, well, thank you. Matter of fact, what's your name? We got her number. I got up to the restaurant. There was this one restaurant upstairs. Every hostess, every server was at least an 8. And I wish I could have recorded it, but I can't record everything because the choosing signals and the way how people behave when I have the camera in my hand like this versus when I'm just walking like the G I am is completely different. I go inside and I sat down and I was like, okay, it's too many of them in here for me to not holler at somebody. So I found one, I mean, long hair, beautiful face, and just fully loaded all the way around. And surprisingly, these were Chileans and they weren't Venezuelan. I know I said the baddest chicks here have been Venezuelan, but I finally found some Chileans that are competing on the same level. Now, I sat down and they sent me a male server. I said, do me a favor, tell that girl over there I want her to be my server. And so he was kind of offended a little bit, right? Like, oh, I guess maybe because he doesn't get the tip. Pause. I said, tell her I want her to be the server. So, of course, he went over there and told her. So she's looking like, what the fuck? Like, who? He wants me. So I looked and I was off in the distance and I smiled and I waved. I went over there and I sat down and she came over and served me, took my order. And then I told her I thought she was beautiful. That's why I asked for her to be here and I didn't want to eat nothing else. I didn't want to eat at this restaurant if she wasn't going to serve me. And she was right with it. I said, let me get your WhatsApp. No problem. She took my order, came back 10 minutes later and was like, did you send me a text? I need to make sure I got your number. I said, ooh, I told myself this morning I needed to wear the tank top to the gym instead of the t-shirt. Because your boy you got the pre-workout. I'm giving you guys a gym right here. You got the pre-workout in your blood and you got the tank top on and you got the shorts that's showing off the leg work you've been putting in. I'm walking in like I'm a goddamn movie star. Because I am. In my mind. I mean, I've been on commercials in Africa. He said, sounds like your code approaching skills have been perfected. I've always known how to code approach. I was just in Brazil for so long where when you would code approach, you would get rejected to the point where I was like, there's no point in me code approaching if a chick wants me. But in every culture, it's not going to be like Brazil, so it works. But you do need to know how to look for both or do both. So she came back and she said, make sure that you text me so I can have your number. And I was like, oh, so you want to make sure we talk? She was like, yeah. I said, oh, shit. And so she was serving a lot of tables. She made sure she came back every time she had free time to hold a conversation. The reason that was possible is because she spoke Portuguese. I've been struggling not knowing enough Spanish yet. She came back and she was asking me questions on how long are you going to be. And I told you guys, when you come to the south of South America, it is not like Brazil and certain parts of Colombia y'all been going to. You have to be down here for some time. I've noticed in the past 4 countries I've been to that are off the beaten path that most of y'all don't go to, they always ask, how long are you here? Luckily for me, I'm telling the truth. I say, I don't know when I'm leaving. I've been here 2 days, but now that I done seen you, I don't think I'm ever going to leave. That always works. Long story short, she came back, she asked for my Instagram, still messaged me, whatever. And then when I was leaving, she's sending a choosing signal as I'm walking away. Like she just appreciated so much that I said I wouldn't eat at this restaurant.